We are back live from the 56th annual Forest Park No Glove Nationals. It has just been a fun day here. We've had some crazy games. High wine, a slugfest, extra innings in the game we just showed you. This tournament is unbelievable. And we got another potentially great one here in the winner's bracket. Circus and the 45s. So I do have a fresh bottle of water after being scolded by William Russ. And I did have one before the last game. The problem is there was so much action in it that I went right through it. So we got Circus and the 45s. Again, this should be a good one. I don't know if it's going to top Flashback Signature, but we'll see. So it's going to be Brian Koronkowski, Kevin Duff, and Chrissy D'Agostino here, the first three scheduled hitters. And again, these are two very storied programs. They've both played very well. I guess you could say the tournament's played the chalk thus far as the four. And there's a line drive over to the short center, Joe Pauly, and he makes the catch. So the final four in the winner's bracket was Signature, Flashback, 45s, and Circus. So when you look at that, Flashback, Signature, and the 45s have all won a tournament this year, and Circus finished second. So it's kind of played the chalk. And this is the last game of what has been a long day out here. Kevin Duff, a little pop-up, how to play. Circus has been scoring a lot of runs and making it look easy thus far. 45s had to beat Hex to get to this game. And Circus beat the Fat Kids. So here's Kevin Duff now, one out, nobody on. And we're just underway. And Kevin, little flare the other way. Anthony Sanchez, little basket catch for out number one. So March is playing on the other diamond. Looks like they are the home team. And they are playing Whale. So that brings up Chrissy D'Agostino. We'll give you some rules for anybody who might be new. And D'Agostino, a little soft cut. And that's well out of play. We'll get to that at this half inning. But we are live, SSA broadcast, bringing you this game as a guest streamer here at the 56th annual Park District of Forest Park No Glove Nationals. And there's a ball shot over our head, and that's way out of play. Nobody doing that game, Stevie. I'm doing my third game here. Will Russ did a couple of ball games. George Bliss did a ball game. So we packed in a lot of softball today. We did 3 on Thursday and 4 on Friday. So we're just trying to get through the day, to be honest with you. And there's a base hit by, Anthony Sanchez. On a dead sprint, great jump. Looked like it was going to drop. And Anthony fooled me, made me into a liar. So we head to the bottom of the first, no score. So we'll go through some rules. This is Chicago-style 16-inch softball. We use a 16-inch clincher. It is not a mush ball. It's hard out of the box. You can see Michael Angie trying to soften it up over there. 60-foot bases. You can lead off, you can't steal. 38 feet from the rubber to the point of home plate. Because we're playing without gloves, the pitcher gets a drag step. That's one step left, right, or back. 6'12" on the arc. 2 fakes or hesitation. Third arm action must be to deliver the ball home. Throw or fake to a base is one of your fakes or hesitations. We use heavy bats, 38 ounces. 34 inches long, 2 1/4 on a barrel. Okay, foul territory down this third baseline. Next to nothing down the first baseline. No fences, all you can get. So Anthony Sanchez, co-MVP a couple of years ago with Chris Lentine, when we ran the SSA Major National Championship Tournament, I want to say that was Wheeling. And Anthony also got a game-winning hit in a championship game here at the No Glove. So, of course, his father, Izzy Sanchez, in the hall, one of the great ones at first base. He's transitioned now as he's in his 60s to a pitcher, still very active. So here's Anthony. And he sweeps a hit into left field, our first hit of the ball game. Sherwin will get it in. Yeah, no metal spikes. I know that was one of the first things we did when we started the SSA in 2011. Not sure if the other guys still allow it, but we do not. And I don't believe that they allow it out here. So PJ Raines trying to go down that line high into a tree, and it kind of zigzags its way back down to the field. So these two teams, very solid lineups. Although the 45s, there was some question whether Israel Sanchez was going to be able to pitch. Hurt a knee a couple of weeks ago. And Sammy Bertucci, one of their big pickups, had ACL surgery. And there's a line drive. Sanchez going to try to run. He'll make it. And Brian Korenkowski knows it was a mistake as he slaps his head. He's still slapping himself in the head. And just like that, the first 2 hitters are on. Second and third for Nate Mercado. And again, these are star-studded teams. Vince Sacy on deck. And then it'll be the young budding star, Jeff Mastari. And there's Papa Pete Raines. PJ, his son. So they got some legacies. Jeff Mastari's dad's in the Hall of Fame as a shortstop. Frank Mastari. And Nate delivers. Brian can't get to it. 2 runs will score. And now they kind of brain lock. They were nonchalant about throwing it in. And Nate Mercado sneaks into second. So Brian Korenkowski got into a bad position. Did a good job to keep it from not going past him. But he was on the ground and he just kind of threw it in weird. And Nate just kept running and snuck in the back door. Here's Sacy. And Sacy tries to turn and burn. That's going to go foul. If it was fair, he would have beaten Brian Sherwin down that line. And that's a part of Vince's game that is a little underrated. Because Vince has a tendency to push, cut, hit line drives, but he's a strong kid, and every once in a while he will unload. So here's Vince Sacy now. Slaps it on the ground. Korenkowski, they get the out, but again, the umpire called time. They trying to steal a base. He had his back turned to Nate. Hordecki came off the bag. And Nate Mercado is probably one of the most aware players on the field. And that's an example. Now, Oscar just called time, but he had his back turned to him. So only one out here, Jeff Mastari. I'm going to get off this line a little bit because he does turn and burn. There's a ground ball. That's going to drive in. Long throw, not in time. Jeff Mastari using his wheels. Chad Hook got to the ball okay. Didn't really pick it up clean. And Mastari is a long, tall kid. Long strider, I like to call him. Beat that out easily. 3-0, 45s. And here's Chris Lentine, the aforementioned co-MVP at the SSA Major National Championship Tournament. So Chris takes a strike. We showed you his brother, Tommy Lentine Jr., and his father in the March game we streamed. And there's a hard one hopper. Alonji throws it away. Mastari will get all the way to third, and Lentine dives in. So he made the nice play to get to the ball, had time on the fielder's choice, tried to make a backhanded flip, threw it into left field. Chad Hook would have been there, but the backhand flip was nowhere near it, and Circus's defense here in this inning, a little questionable. And with one out, it's second and third for Adam Haas. So here's Adam Haas. I've been telling you all season about his improvement. I chuckled the other day. I heard somebody stealing my material on that. And he hits it right up the elevator shaft. Here's Timmy. And Mastari fakes it and throws way up the line. He would have made it, but you never really know it. It was a short throw. And right now, if you're Circus, you're just hoping to get out of this inning with 3. And here's Danny Villarreal, very difficult out, uses the whole field. I'd like to call Danny the Swiss Army knife because he plays a lot of positions and can do a lot of things. And he's actually talking with Drew Ladick from Chuck's, and I told him guys like this are worth their weight in gold. And there's a high fly ball, and Sherwin makes the catch. But they do score 3. It could have been worse. If you're a Circus, you got to be pleased that you didn't give up a 5 spot there. So we're going to head to the top of the second. 3-0. Looks like Whale has taken a 4-0 lead on the other diamond against March. If I'm correct, and March is the home team. Yeah, you know, Pops, the last couple of weeks he's been wearing some kind of a elastic brace on that elbow, but I noticed tonight he's not wearing it. So he must be feeling pretty good tonight. Or he took a few too many Advils, I don't know. So here's Alonji, and he goes big to the gap. Long run, Chuck Regaldo is there, and he puts it away for out number 1. So again, if you're Circus, it's only the top of the second. You're only down a 3 spot. And, you know, we tell you all the time how games can turn on a dime. And there's Chad Hook, the Iowa transplant. It always amazes me the psychology in the game and how teams react. A lot of times when I am out watching a game, I like to watch teams' body language and how they react. You know, it's easy when a team is winning, but when they face adversity, that's how you really find out about your players. Well, Billy, at this level, I don't think you can give anybody extra outs. You know, in the first game today, there was that controversial call on a ball that I thought, just my opinion, little pop-up, Villarreal, and Hook is out for out number 2. And next to the shortstop and the third baseman, I probably had the best view on the field. I happened to think the ball was caught. The umpires initially called it out and then overturned it. And that opened up the floodgates to a 4-run inning. And, you know, these umpires, it's hard to ump at this level. It really is. And, you know, and trust me, I talk to umpires all the time. And the last thing they want to do is be the reason why a team wins or loses. Koronkowski trying to go big. And Anthony Sanchez. So 1, 2, 3. We head to the bottom of the second. 45s with a little momentum. We'll see if they can cash in and extend out. So again, we'd like to thank the Park District of Forest Park for not only allowing us to include them in the Chicago Summer Series for stats, but also for allowing us to guest stream. And I've been walking around the park all weekend and appreciate the kind words from everybody. And, you know, like I said, we showed 3 on Thursday, 4 on Friday. I know we did 2 live look-ins. And then Will Russ did 2 games. And now I'm working on 2 games. So we're racking them up for you guys. And, you know, we're trying to show various teams when we can. Unfortunately, it was a very warm day here. Makes it difficult for me or George Bliss to stream early. But now that we got Will Russ doing some games, we're hoping he's going to continue that, especially hopefully when we get to Carroll Stream and Flashback's not playing. So here's Joe Pauly, and Joe singles to center. And when the 45s are right, that's what they'll do. They'll hit a lot of line drives in front of you. And if you cheat them, then they got a few guys that'll go big. So here's Israel Sanchez, Chuck Regaldo on deck. Well, you know, it's funny. And there's a base hit by, and safe at second. Good slide by Pauly. If he goes in standing up, I think that would have been a big problem, but he slid, and as a result, Mike Alonji really couldn't play that like a first baseman. Had to let the ball come to him, and it hit Pauly in the backside. And good point, Manny. The SSA will be running a women's 16-inch national championship tournament base hit by Chuck Regaldo. Pauly scores 4-0 45. We'll be running that national during our men's major national championship tournament down in Joliet, Illinois. Well, we appreciate the kind words. So Anthony Sanchez tried to go big. That'll be caught. And they have not put the 4th run up there, but Joe Pauly did score. It is 4-0. And 45s, we talk all the time. They play beautiful brand of softball. They play very solid defense. They kind of smother you. And there's a ball up the middle. Israel Sanchez going to score, and it's 5-0. And we'll see here. I don't know if Joe Caputo's here. I thought I saw him in the dugout. We'll see how much rope they give Jack Nakanishi here. And here's Mercado. No, Meatballs is out. And they're a mystery to me. I think they got a lot of talent there. Here's Mercado, base hit. Chuck is turning. Now they hold him. Bases loaded. So the 45s, here comes Jeff Dillman, and here comes Caputo. And we'll verify the score. I got 5.
Ball. Sir. Right here, check.
You guys got 5, right? They haven't put it up there. But I know Paulie scored and somebody just scored. Should be 5, no? Yeah, they just put it up 5-0. Sometimes late in the weekend on a Saturday, I get a little punchy, but it is 5-0. Wanted to confirm the score. Sean High-Y did win. They raced out to a huge lead. Moneyline came back, and Moneyline made a game of it, but High-Y held on 20-19. That is not a misprint. So here's Vince Acey, 1 out. Bases filled with 45s. So they got a chance to break this open a little bit. And there's a line drive in the alley. It's going to split the gap. 1 run is in, 2 runs are in. Here comes Acey. This is going to be a grand slam. Vince Acey. Welcome Joey Caputo to the game with a line drive grand slam up the alley. 9-0.
Great job.
And there's not much you could do there. It was perfectly placed. And an absolute rocket into the gap. And we told you his first at bat that they were playing him a little shallow. Everybody thinks of him as a cut push, flip over the infield. He brought out the big boy stick there, went hard into the alley. So here's Jeff Mastari. And Mastari goes to that gap, and he beats him over the top. Could be back-to-back. It's going to be back-to-back home runs as Mastari follows suit. Looked like a carbon copy hit out of the Xerox machine. And the 45s go up 10-zip here in the second. Joey Caputo's laughing. First 2 hitters have hit monstrous home runs into the alley. And Joe is grinning like, what the heck is going on here? 45s were dinking and dunking, and all of a sudden they brought that whooping stick out. Now Circus is capable of scoring runs. We'll see how they react. And here's Chris Lentine. The winner plays flashback tomorrow. Winners Bracket Championship. We'll have that live for you. I believe that game is 1:15. She hit that over my head. I had to hesitate for a second there. And then I realized it was tailing and away from me. So very impressive here. Chris Lentine takes a walk, and it brings up Adam Haas. Again, we're in the bottom of the second. 45s have just come out hammering the ball. And you could tell in the first inning, Circus was a little late to the party. Their awareness in that first inning wasn't very good. And there has been an error in this inning as well. And there's a little chopper. Horodecki will make the play. And he grabs an out. And it brings up Danny Villarreal. Lentine took second on the play. So the 45s right now, everything breaking their way. Takes a strike there. And Villarreal up the middle, base hit. Run 11 scores. This has been all Circus, 45s over Circus here. And here's Joe Pauly. So the 45s, like I always say, they play a beautiful brand of softball. They do tend to get all of their guys out on a nightly basis. And they're all connected as a team. They have a good pregame routine. And when the game starts, they're all business. And there's a high fly ball. Right fielder going back, makes the catch. But in the inning, 45s put up a crooked number. They stretch it to 11. So we're going to grab a little water. Well, Bruce, they already changed pitchers. Jack Nakanishi started the game, and they went to Joey Caputo.
Hey, goose egg here.
So Scotty Herdecki coming up for Circus. Circus has not even gone through their lineup one time. And Scotty, little one hopper to Pauly, and he makes the play for out number one. And Circus right now definitely flat. And Valdez, a little one hopper, Haas, and he just beats Israel Sanchez hustling over there. Adam, I think, was trying to wave Izzy off, but Israel's at an age now where it's hard to put the brakes on. Just kidding, Izzy, when you watch this later. Israel's been one of the true warriors in this game for a long time, very instrumental in getting the Melrose, the Veterans Park District, men's major league together there with Pat Caputo. Here's Brian Sherwin. Joey Caputo on deck. And Sherwin goes to the alley. Chuck gets there, and he makes the catch. So we're going to head into the third.
Hey, let's go. Back on it.
Heading into the bottom of the third here, and Circus has only had 9 hitters up in the first 3 innings. Not sure if anybody got a hit yet for him. So Israel Sanchez could be throwing a no-hitter here. Trying to look back on my card. Yeah, I believe Israel's got a no through 3. I hope I didn't just jinx him. Of course, Angelo Feliciano threw a perfect game against the Snappers in the Class A No Glove National Championship run by the SSA and named after Tom Exarnik up in Schaumburg earlier this year. Yeah, I know, Angelo. It just kind of slipped out. If I'm not mistaken, the other day he had a no-hitter in the 4th or 5th inning. There's a high fly ball, and that's caught by the left fielder, Tony Valdez. And here comes Chuck Regaldo. And I guess there was just a little roller that got through the infield. So the hit that broke it up wasn't even like a missile. And Chuck swings. He goes hard down the line, but Brian Sherwin up to the task. 2 up, 2 down. And it brings up Anthony Sanchez. So I think March has taken a 7-6 lead over Whale. They were down early in that game, so they're finding their way back into it. Well, he's playing pretty good. Do you want me to jinx him? And Anthony Sanchez throws a hit out there. Brings up PJ Raines. So the way this game is going, if it wraps up early, we'll try to give it a little bonus coverage and try to get down there and catch the tail end of that ball game. And that pitch is a strike. And we don't see Jack Nakanishi get lit up like this very often. He's pitched 2 teams to No Glove National Championships. There's a ground ball, and that sneaks through. Anthony going to chug into third. Takes a big turn, but he'll stay.
Come on, Nate. Come on, Nate.
PJ Raines throws in another hit. So this team is really clicking on all cylinders. That pitch a little flat. And Joey's got a lot of his father in him. He's a fiery competitor. And he'll fight you regardless of the score. So Nate Mercado now. And there's a little slapper. Korenkowski gets a hand on it. Another run will score. Nate a little too quick. It brings up Sacy. Last time up, he had a grand slam. And there's another line drive toward the gap. Brian Koronkowski can't make the catch. 2 runs will score on a double. Brian ran a long way, got there, had a kind of half-lay out for it, couldn't hold on. And it's 14-0. And they got a weird rule out here. I don't know if it's 20 after 3 or 15. And that'll be the third out. But if you're Circus, you're already in mercy run territory. So we head to the top of the 4th. And if they do have the 15 after 4, you're in jeopardy in case 45s push a run across next inning. And it's been a long time since I've seen a Circus team get manhandled like this. And like the song says, sometimes you the bug, sometimes you the windshield. So Trace Rufy going to pinch hit here for Joey Caputo. And then it'll be the top of the lineup. And there's a line drive base hit, first hit of the game. Pinch hitter Trace Rufy breaks up the no-no. And Nate's laughing to Izzy saying it wasn't my fault tonight. So 7-6, I believe March has taken the lead, and Brian Koronkowski gets a hit. So they put a couple of base runners on here with nobody out. And here's Kevin Duff. So K-Day, then D'Agostino and Hook. No shortage of bats. Alonji in the mix too. He tries to go hard, but it's way foul. There's a point there. Can't see it with the glare, but there's a little white line on the fence where that foul line kind of hits the fence kind of. And if you're able to hook something around there, it can be a home run. I've never seen it done. But it's like the old Hawthorne tournament. They had that one diamond, and Duff a base hit, and they'll hold Trace here. Bases loaded, nobody out. Trace had to make sure Chuck didn't come in and steal it. Brings up Chrissy Daggs. So Daggs, Alonji, and Hook. And the bases loaded, nobody out. And Daggs goes hard, fair down the line to our end. Duff is going to easily get to third, and it's 14-2. And here's Mike Alonji. A couple of more hits here, and Circus could find themselves right back in the ballgame. And there's a ball that got hit center fielder. You see him running in. He was actually way deeper than that and made a catch. That might have been Brian Barzowski, I'm not sure, making that catch for Whale. So here's Alonji, very deep in the box. And there's a ball, 1-1 count. And Alonji smokes it to Mastari. He looked Kevin Duff back, plenty of gun. Oh, I thought the bases were loaded. Apparently, there was nobody on first. My bad. So Alonji smoked it but didn't elevate it. Mastari, playing very deep, took it into his midsection. And Hook now, a little roller, that'll score a run, but when you're down as many as Circus is, You don't want to trade it out for a run. Here's Timmy Korenkowski. Scotty Erdecki on deck. He tries to flip the right field line into the bleachers. So I believe they're in the bottom of the fifth, 7-6 on the other diamond. Here's Timmy Korenkowski. And he just flips it. Sanchez slipped. Another run will score. Timmy thought about it, but down a ton. Actually 10. So Anthony Sanchez, I think he might have got there, but he took his first step and his foot went out from under him. And it brings up Scotty Erdecki. Tony Valdez on deck. So Circus put up a 4 spot, came in down 14. Timmy Korenkowski's a smart base runner. He's pretty quick. He's quick when he gets going, and that's going to be a lazy fly out. So we head to the bottom of the fourth, 14-4 here. So we'll see if the 45s continue to pound the ball. Again, they're at mercy run level now, but they got Valdez, Sherwin, and probably Trace Rufy again. And of course, Caputo would be out of the game, but well, now they bring in Alonji to swing, to pitch. Rufy stays in the game, so they did not re-enter him. So it would be Valdez, Sherwin, Rufy, and then the top. So if you're the 45s, you probably want to get a couple of insurance runs, try to get out of here in 5, and get ready for the day tomorrow. So it's going to be Chris Lentine leading off, Adam Haas, and Danny Villarreal. And every part of the 45 lineup has contributed today. And that pitch is a little deep. And there's a swing and a one-hopper. Rufy can't handle it. And the leadoff man is on. Kind of cut almost right in front of Kevin Duff. The ball kind of popped up and threw his hands up. Brings up Adam Haas. And Adam goes the other way, a soft pop-up. Sherwin is there, and he makes the catch. First out of the inning, Danny Villarreal with Joe Pauly on deck. So we hope you've enjoyed the coverage. It's going to be another nice day tomorrow. There's going to be some terrific ball games. A lot of teams going to be fighting for their lives to stay alive in the event. And again, if this score holds true, it'll be flashback in the 45s, the two most consistent teams in the Winter Bracket Championship. And Villarreal pops that foul out of play. pitcher, Michelangelo for Circus. Villarreal throws the hit out there. Chris Lentine's going to stop. And Timmy Korenkowski in his haste didn't handle the throw. It would have been bang bang if he'd thrown it.
Come on, Fiber!
And Billy Smith going to take a swing here. He's going to pinch hit for Joe Pauly. Hits a high fly ball. Israel said slide. He said my coach didn't tell me anything, and Israel said you should know that. But the job of the base runner is to pick up the coach.
Why am I going to watch the ball? Why am I going to watch the ball?
And Chris Lentine is correct there. I don't mean to correct Israel, but as a base runner, we always preach. And here's Bo Filkins. The throw gets away, and Danny Villarreal hustling all the way scores. So Bo Filkins hit a routine ground ball. Scotty Herdecki. And now it's 16-4. And with all of the pinch hitters here, Chuck didn't know he was up with all the pinch hitters. So Bo Filkins, yes, a part of that Filkins family, back to playing softball. We saw Bo pitching and there's a line drive by Chuck, and Sherwin gets to it, but they push a couple across, do or die top of the fifth for Circus. I want to say Circus is winning 9-7, or Circus. I want to say Whale is winning 9-7 down there. They're in I think the top of the sixth. I think Whale is the visitor, and Whale is hitting. So it's going to be the bottom third of the Circus lineup: Valdez, Sherwin, and Trace Rufy. And we'll start. We get to 2 outs, I'll start walking over to the other field. And we'll try to get you the finish of the March Whale game. So 16-inch softball, as Forrest Gump's ma would say. High fly ball. Chuck is there, out number 1. It's like a box of chocolates. You don't know what's in there until you open it up.
Way to go, Chucky!
And, they used to give you those fanny pack varieties. And you thought you were getting one thing, and you'd bite into it, and you'd be like, yeah, and you'd throw it out. So they need 3 runs to extend the ball game. Sherwin, soft foul ball. And I think Circus fell behind 10-0, as they say in Major League Baseball, before everybody was even in their seats. And 45s have just had a stranglehold on this game. Sherwin, though, jumps a hit in between Sanchez and Regaldo. And it brings up Rufy. Top of the Circus lineup looming. And there's a fly ball toward the gap. That's trouble. Splits the gap in right center. Sherwin is going to score, and they're going to hold Roofy.
Let's go.
Brings up Brian Korenkowski. So Trace Roofy, 2 for 2 in the contest. Went big to right center. Here's the top of the lineup. And Brian trying to go deep. Airmails one way out of play over by the ticket booth. Now I'm going to grab a quick swig of water. Send off. And I'm back. Here's Brian. Little hard line drive. Roofy got back. Second time Brian is lined out in this game to an infielder. And now here's KD. They're down to their last out. D'Agostino on deck. And I'm going to start drifting back here. And there's a little soft pop-up, and Haas makes the catch. 45's win big in 5 innings. And we're going to catch the bottom of the 6th and 7th here. 9-7 Whale leading March. March had a very promising start to the weekend. And all of a sudden, after scoring 13 in both of their first 2 games, their offense has calmed down a little bit. Whale got blown up by the shooters. And they've been grinding through this loser bracket. They've been getting a little better every game. And I guess that's the way you want to do it. So we're going to take a walk over here. That looks like that could be Eddie Santana in the box. Of course, Paulie Palkey, I thought it was a hamstring, but he had his calf wrapped. And so we're going to come down here and give you the end of this ball game. No, that's Chris Miller. My bad. The eyesight's not what it used to be. There's my guy right there.
Hey, how you doing there?
He's kept score for us several times. Good dude. So we'll try to give you the end of this ball game. March a couple of base runners. I don't know if they're keeping the scoreboard up to date. I don't see any outs on there. As you got a pinch hitter here. A long one here would put March ahead. Chris Rieger on the bump. Last game of the night here. So we've seen a lot of interesting things. Last night, Circus looked unstoppable. And they beat up on the fat kids, but 45's just unloaded. Full count now. We'll find out the outs as to whether or not these guys take off on the release. They don't go. Little ground ball to second. Over to Perry. And a run's going to score 9-8. So March creeps a little closer. They can't turn the double play. 9-8 now.
Hey, Mike, hey.
That was bad.
And they do put a pinch hitter. I think that's what the delay was. And now they're calling timeout here, so a little dead time. They faked the throw. Oops. Here's the pitch. Miles Rees coming in. And we got the scoreboard up there. Bonus coverage. Little ground ball stopped by Rieger over to Jackson Perry, and they turn. So Miles Rees hits into a double play, and we're going to go to a seventh inning here, 9-8 March.
Let's go.
And pitcher's best friend there, but March has been kind of climbing a hill all day in this game. They fell behind early. The good news is, unless they've done something a little different, Miles usually hits last in the lineup, which means they would have their top coming up in the bottom of the seventh. But job one is they got to get through this inning. Chris Rieger leading off here. So we'll see if this is a fantastic finish or not. So it looks like Chris Rieger and then Jackson Perry. And I don't know if Frank Simon is hitting after Perry, but he's got a bat. And Brian Barzalski, I'm sure, is going to be coming up this inning too at some point.
Come on, Chrissy.
So March is going to have to do it the hard way to get out, and Rieger to center, and Nick Burnt makes the play for out number one. The ball had a little fade on it, but not enough. Nick Burnt, a big kid, covers ground, long strider, cruised over and made the catch, and here's Jackson Perry. I wouldn't be surprised if Jackson didn't try to really launch here. And he did, but he shot it up the shaft near the foul line, and no play possible. It's funny, I got here at about 10:30. Anthony Tyler was out here since 7:30 getting the game changer set up. And there are guys that played and lost in the 8 o'clock game that are still hanging around. Jackson, little hard ground ball, long play, long throw, just in time. Jackson Perry was airborne, hustling all the way. And again, kids don't, when you jump in the air to get to the bag sooner, you don't. They've done studies on it. You get there faster running hard all the way through. If you dive, you lose time. And when you leap into the air like that, you lose time. So here's Frank Simon, nicknamed the Bambino. He was a longtime Player Inc. guy. And Frank crushes one off Eddie Santana right to Niedenbach. That's the second time I've done a March game, and there was a deflection right to Niedenbach, and he made the play. Cody. Do or die bottom of the seventh coming up here for March. And we'll see who's coming up here for March. Like I said, Miles Reese is usually the last hitter. I would think it'd be Evans and Lentine, first two hitters here. And it is. And then it'll be Jordan Dean. So trailing by one if you're March. Not ideal situation, but it is ideal to have your top leading off. Bynes' job is to get on here. He's not a home run hitter. And they are squeezing him, and I think it's always a tough thing. You want to get a guy out, but you don't want him to surprise you. Again, there's no wind here, so any ball he hits will not be affected. And there he slashes it. Nice pickup by Simon. He hit a hard hugging ground ball. Simon sat on it, came up and showed you. Used to be a center fielder. We know he can throw the ball, and he poured it over.
Come on, Junior, let's go.
That's all you need, boys.
So here's Tommy Lentine now. Marched down to their last two here. And Lentine and Rieger got their little fumble backhand flip in time. What a play. Chris Rieger got to the ball. It bounced off of him, started rolling toward third, did a little pirouette and backhand shovel. Now, Chris, a basketball player, that was almost like a behind-the-back pass almost. He's rubbing that hand. Whale 1 out away from making it to Sunday at the 46th Annual No Glove Nationals run by the Park District of Forest Park. And he jumps ahead. Jordan Dean trying to extend the game. That's outside. And Dean, hard ground ball, and Whale makes it to Sunday. Whale makes it to Sunday. So on behalf of the SSA broadcast, Park District of Forest Park for having us out here guest streaming, we hope you enjoyed the coverage, and we'll have the thrilling conclusion to this tournament tomorrow. So be safe wherever you're at, and thanks for